What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review. Before I get into the VOD, I just want to thank the people that reached out to me after talking about the program that I was working on in the last video. A few very kind people reached out, and I didn't want to bother everyone, and one person in particular was insanely helpful. They basically gave me a bunch of code and helped put a ton of work into this for completely free, just by being a really nice person. And so now I don't want to show the code in case, I don't know, they have any reason that they don't want it to be shown off. But we're at like 230 lines of code down here in this final version, and my version was like 100-ish lines. Like, this stuff down here is like pretty fake. So yeah, it was like they helped basically double the program in size and put just infinite work into it. And I spent some time today trying to figure out some stuff in it, just because I didn't want them to have to do absolutely everything, though they kind of did, low-key. But I messed around with it some on my own. All of that though means that I didn't actually have enough time to run the program and get a bunch of spectated games. So today we are going to watch a VOD from YBY1, Rank 1 Vietnam, one of my favorite people to watch. And probably by tomorrow, unless my computer explodes in the night somehow, we will have some VODs from other people to watch that are VODs that you can't get anywhere else. We are becoming the zone, the channel where we have exclusive VODs that nobody else has, because I am putting in the work to get them recorded, and also because of basically one person who helped out a ton. So shout outs, I don't know if you want to be named, but shout outs to that person who helped. I mean, if you know who you are. So yeah, YBY1 starts off with a pretty decent econ opener in this spot, so wanted to make 10 gold here, holding on to a lot of these Chem Baron units, which is kind of crazy these days. I feel like Chem Baron is just not an opener that you're that hyped for, but I know YBY1, he loves to play around this kind of stuff. He's played the amateur reroll before, he's played the quick striker reroll before. I feel like YBY1 just loves melee champs in general, so we're just gonna chill on this board for now. And hey, if we get Chem Baron in, great. We took a lost streak augment in the delayed forge, and so we're kind of chill with that regardless. Also, what is this guy? Wait, did we just see something insanely gross here? Is this guy? I mean, yeah, let's go back and look at this scout here. It's not YBO1 spot, but it's another person's spot. I always have trouble figuring out whose board we're on here, because this person is level 4. And I think, okay, so the level 4 person, the person that we're actually scouting here, this guy, but they're on this side. It really, to me, looks like the person who took called shot here. Oh, actually, are they? No, I think they're gonna lose, right? Yeah, that's a that is a called shot into a lose. Oh, and they scout one more time. So let me just make sure that I am correct here. And this, yep, I mean, that's called shot. And you can see that's the person who lost HP. So this person is not going to have a silver augment, essentially, this game. Their silver augment was a few gold, which is quite hilarious. I mean, that's so unfortunate for them, but I mean, that's why called shot is crazy. And they had a really strong board. It's just they rotated into an even better board. Kog'Maw as an early item holder is just disgusting. So yeah, I mean, look at this board, man. Kog'Maw, the Zeri, and the Scar here, and the opener, and then the Gwynsu's onto Cog. Like, I understand why that board lost. And hey, YBY1's about to fight them, and we do. And yeah, I mean, we certainly lose to them. So yeah, I guess also, now that I'm thinking about it, and we're playing a pretty chill early game right now for Mr. YBY. If anybody has any player profiles that they want, that they think are very interesting, in the past I've only been able to say, hey, if this person has VODs, I can watch them. If not, I can't. But if anyone has someone's profile that they are really interested in seeing, and they have just, I mean, put their name and their server in the comments, or if it allows links, just drop a link to their lol chess, and I'll throw them into the program and see if we can get some VODs recorded, because I don't know, the world is my oyster now. I'm so excited for all the different VODs that we can pick up here. So we got this Chem Baron opener in this spot. There is a Rennie on carousel, so yeah, I do think that certainly should be the pickup in this spot. Grab the Rennie here, get 4 Chem Baron in, and we're kind of on the way to a really nice Chem Baron game. It's just, Chem Baron has been considerably nerfed this patch, so I wonder how good the Chem Baron is going to be. I mean, I guess we'll see. Only Mortdog can tell us at this point. We, accrued our 3 loss streak very quickly. We're also a little bit, healthier than this guy who took, 80. We are, about to rotate into this guy, though, who out-inted us, which is actually really, really bad for the Chem Baron idea, because now we lose our lost streak, and, you know, it feels so bad to lose lost streak. So yeah, YBI1 even looking at just, like, making items here, making, like, Warmog's Shojin. I'm not sure exactly what we want to play into yet, because, you know, we were thinking that this would be maybe a Chem Baron game if we could keep the lost streak up, but yeah, YBI1, he wins one fight, and then, like, we're in HP preservation mode, and we're in win board mode, you know, at this point, because, yeah, like, who cares at this point about getting our Chem Baron stacks up, where, honestly, we'll see what Mr. YBI1 wants to do in this spot. Do we want to just play this board for a little while, get to 100 stack, and then cash it out, and then, you know, get out of here? Are we going to try to you know, do some kind of win streak Chem Baron and then pivot back into lost streak, something like stage 4 that we've seen people do before? I don't know. We'll see. That there was that Juanme VOD review, right, where he played kind of win streak Chem Baron. Also, oh my god, from that player, that is a Kog'Maw too. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. That is quite disgusting. So, not yeah, that's quite illegal. I guess I will say that, like, VODs like this, I mean, if I'm going to VOD review somebody and they have VODs available, it is nice to watch from the actual player POV themselves, just because you get to see stuff like this, you get to see the scouting and all this kind of stuff. Ooh, this is an interesting little, yeah, we pick up the Nami, pick up the Swain. We're pivoting our board into a couple of Sorks for now, and then just going to keep 3 Chem Baron in, just so that we can get our 100 stack cash out, maybe get a little bit of gold out of that, and going to slam the Sunfire here and the Shojin here. These are both very natural slams. Leaves the glove open for something like a Guard Breaker, or even a frontline item if push comes to shove. But I mean, I'm looking at Guard Breaker, JG, that kind of stuff here. But yeah, like, VODs like this are great. You get to see all the scouting. Obviously, you can scout on the spectator, but if I'm, like, leaving my computer to record overnight, then I'm not going to be able to, you know, play for that. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Second augment here. I mean, I do generally just like this augment here, and I do not know the name of it at this point. But ooh, support mining here from YBI1. He rolls into it immediately and says, you know what? I'm already kind of playing a weak board at this point. I already kind of have to, you know, sack a little bit for portable forge. So why not just sack a little bit more, take support mining here, grab this duplicator here, throw this item here. What is this support mining positioning? Okay, I was about to say, YY1, are we not going to sack the dummy? Okay, so yeah, he does bring the dummy to the front line. And yeah, he's just like, I am going to be the strongest person in the world when I get... I mean, he essentially has 2 gold augments as 2 silver augments, except, you know, the second one, obviously, you get, you know, a random support item. But still, you know, these are almost 2 gold augments in the spot where you have 2 silver augments. So pretty cool spot for YBI1. He did, of course, take the cash out there, just used it to take another Rennie. Kind of hilarious that he just duped the Rennie and he's just sitting on it right now. So why I mean, like, we kind of took a Rennie out of the pool for free, which seemed a bit weird. Like, if we were going to use that dupe, we probably should have waited just to see, like, maybe there's a world we get Rennie 2. But, I mean, maybe he doesn't even want Rennie 2. Maybe he wants to sell this Rennie and get out of Chem Baron. It certainly seems like that's a possibility here. But 67 HP for YBI1, not too low at this point, honestly. 67, I mean, you can see the person in last place here, 54 HP, because they didn't win those 2 fights that YBI1 did win. So, yeah, there's a pretty big difference between those 2. Looking for our damage item here. A bit surprised, actually, that we do go the JG over the Guard Breaker. I'm just a big fan of Guard Breaker in Teamfight Tactics, the game that we're currently playing. Maybe in other games it's not that good, but I love myself a Guard Breaker here, so a bit surprised. I mean, maybe he wanted it for the Nunu himself, I'm not sure. All right, we take our item here. I mean, Zanya's, yeah, seems very reasonable to play into some kind of AP angle. Looks certainly like we could... I mean, you can pivot this into Dominators and still... maybe keep Chem Baron in, but that seems highly sketch. It seems much more likely that we would just pivot this into some kind of AP angle, like just a straight up Dominators game, and then get out of this kind of stuff. But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, obviously we have the Swain. We're holding on to a little bit as far as the Sorks. We have that Lux on the bench, but I don't know. Sorks, a hotly contested, not necessarily comp, but hotly contested in, like, people asking how good it is, though. I mean, there's the Zoe. We definitely have a 4 Sork board that we can play for now. The question is, you know, what does that become later? Gonna fit Conquer and Form Swapper in here, but yeah, I think the Bruiser kind of has to fit onto this board, and I don't think Conquer is all that big. So yeah, I mean, we're level 750 gold here and playing 4 Sork at this point. We have the Swain too, who's gonna stabilize us pretty nicely. The Big idea in Sorks. A lot of people talk about it as a win streak comp. I mean, it's really just a comp where you need to get to LeBlanc. LeBlanc is just so much power in this comp. We pick up Zephyr, which is fantastic, actually, one of the better support items in the game right now. So that's a huge pickup for us. But yeah, I mean, this tends to be a comp where you want to win streak. But I mean, if you're in a spot like YBO1s and you stabilize really, really hard, I mean, maybe you can get there on this. We pick up the Gargoyle here, hold tier open. There's the Elise, who we can fit onto this board. Yeah, and immediately we're just going to move items over to the Elise here. We pick up a Nami as well. Going to get in double Nami here because, you know, we don't need Form Swapper in anymore. And really just going to start selling stuff. Going to get Conk in on this board for now. And yeah, for now, this is the board. We'll see what YBO1 wants to go for here. Hits a great Zephyr, actually, onto a Violet here. Also, family reroll in the year of our Lord, 2025. I never thought I'd see it. I feel like people do not like this comp anymore. And YBO1, I mean, he's putting Sorks in a planner. I think this is going to be a Sorcerer game. Wow. I mean, I'm excited to see how it goes for him. I mean, there is actually a decent idea of the fours, only fours, whatever this augment is called, where you can only play 2 4 costs because, you know, you can play Zoe Elise and probably get away with only playing those 2. So it actually seems like a decent option. And your other options look pretty bad here. So I do think that will be the pickup here. The only downside is we're not really investing that hard into our 4 costs now. But yeah, we're going to roll down a bit on 8, pick up the Zyra, pick up a... Ooh, that's an interesting idea, YBO1, because the thing is, you can't now... This is odd. Yeah, and he actually sold it immediately. He was like, okay, I thought better of it. Because you can't play Garen and Nami as, you know, 2 Emissary. And the only way to play 4 Emissary is to get into another 4 cost, which is going to turn off our gold augment. So I think YBO1, he made that, and then he kind of realized, wait, maybe I shouldn't have made this. So he's just going to sit on this version of the board. I will say, I mean, I think he kind of got stun locked on that Garen 2, but I'm actually surprised by that. There is the Zoe 2. And so now we can start to look at the potential of sitting, right? We're Zoe 2 on 8. We can now look at potentially going 9. Now, the question for Mr. YB1 is, do we want to actually do that here? Also, I was about to say, interesting that he wanted to itemize the Elise. I think this is way better as a 6 Sork frontline. You have Swain 2 here, and I mean, our board, I mean, we hit, and this augment actually is, in my opinion, I mean, it's looking quite nice here. It's the attack speed onto Zoe, it's HP, the Zanya is also really, really nice. The spot actually looks great, and we're on a 5 streak. I said this was a win streak comp. Usually you don't start your win streaks on stage 4, but I mean, there's a first time for everything. We still don't have Shred, right? So a Static Shiv would ideally be our pickup here. We can take a Rod as well that can build into Shred pretty nicely. So yeah, unless I'm crazy and we build Spark. I don't believe so. Yeah, we have no Shred at this point. So that's the one thing that YBO1 is digging for at this point. I don't expect to see an Archangels made. If he did, I would think that would be really, really interesting, but you know, we'll see. And at this point, we're looking at pushing levels. We have no Sork +1, so we can't play for the, you know, full 8 Sork. That is the way that most people cap out this board. So it's going to be a 6 Sork game. And I will say, the statistics do not like 6 Sorcerer as a comp. If you look at the stats, they say 6 Sork averages like a 5 or something like that, because, you know, the people who are high rolling, they hit 8 Sork, and the people who are low rolling, they get stuck on 6 and then die. And it was my opinion after seeing YBO1 himself, I'm pretty sure, and this is 40% more AP from all sources. I mean, I feel like this one's got to be good enough in this Sork comp where you're getting all this extra AP. If he doesn't take this, this will be crazy to me. Ooh, that is a Mel from the Mel augment that got Anomaly. Interesting. I mean, YBO1 just kind of trying to calculate how much AP we're actually going to get here. We're only got 30 seconds left, so we got to pick something. I'm not sure exactly what all this scouting is. Okay, and he does finally just pick it up here. We also pick up the Elise too, who's a nice pickup. I still don't actually want to move items back to Elise just because Swain is benefiting from 6 Sorcerer. So I think keeping items where he's keeping them is the right call here. Good try on the Zephyr here, but doesn't actually nail anything too good here, but I don't think it really matters. This guy who took called shot and lost with Urgot is in the worst spot of all time. He rolled it to 0, didn't even hit Urgot 3, man. That guy is going the fastest 8th of all time. That is quite unfortunate. But I guess back to what I was saying, like the version that I've seen of this do quite well is that 4 Emissary for Sork version. The thing is, though, is that YBO1 can't actually play that version with this augment, so this becomes the version that we're going to play. We're going to play 6 Sorcerer, and maybe when you get this specific augment, you know, it makes sense to play 6 Sorcerer. I don't know. It's a cool little setup that we have here, just kind of a default 6 Sorcerer setup, but I mean, doing quite well. We do get another Swain 2 if we want it. We do have Ionic Spark and Shiv available to us. I imagine we're going to make Spark and then something else Spark and then like an Archangel or something. He's going to make the Shiv Spark. Wow, okay, the double MR Shred Slam. That's actually crazy to me. But his thought process is just that, you know, the Shiv will often be applying to, you know, some backline units. The Spark will often be applying to frontline. So why not actually just go with the double shred here? Especially Archangel's just really not the best item in this comp because you're trying to play for like really quick fights where you just blow them away. So I think this makes a lot of sense. And then we level for Swain here. All of a sudden, we're at 7 Swains, and I mean, if we can get to the Conqueror cash out, it's a bit far, but if we can get to the Conqueror cash out that gives us a duplicator, that's 8 Swains. And so, yeah, we're gonna play this board for now. Wow, what a beautiful Zephyr in this spot. Also kind of hilarious. You can see why that other player had such issues, because this guy is also playing Urgot Reroll, took Zanyas and decided to basically hard force Urgot Reroll from that spot. Really, really unfortunate for both of them and the 8th place player, because they just held hands 7-8, which is not what you want to be doing. Usually in a TFT game, I would try to go better than 8th place or 7th place even, but I mean, you know, can't always get what you want, I guess. In any case, our spot's looking really, really nice. We did just see a Kog'Maw 3 from 2nd place, so that's definitely something to be afraid of. Y1 also has the really fortunate position of having a Zephyr versus a Twitch comp, and this Twitch comp really can't move around much if they want to keep their Twitch in the Experiment Hex, which they do. So this Elise here plus the Zephyr, I mean, this fight is just so easy. So that's an easy win for Y1, and I mean, showing you the power of the support mining there. That Zephyr actually like giga won that fight. Death Cap open here. I guess Redemption is another option. I expect it to be the Death Cap. And I mean, after all this stuff is taken, we might get, okay, we're gonna probably, yeah, okay, we do get to Yoink the Death Cap here. This is very nice for Robo 01. That can just sit on, I guess, the Nami for now. Yeah, not bad. And we pick up another Swain. Oh my God, that is, oh, wow, that's quite good. That is quite good teamfight tactics. Y1, we pick up a Victor and a Swain 3. And yeah, my head's covering it, but Y1's chat is going crazy at that, because that is not half bad. That is not bad at all. I would even go as far to say we have the extra open slot that the Victor is in, so we have no issues with that. And the Swain 3 is the perfect frontline for our spot. So no Sork +1, but we are easily farming a top 4. And this might be just a top 1 in this spot, honestly. I don't really know what the lose case is here. Maybe someone hits a 3-star 4 cost. Maybe that Kog'Maw board is so strong. If we can nail Zephyr on him, though, we're hard chilling. And let's say interesting idea, the stars augment on the Mel, just because she's going to dash around the entire board. She's going to end up hitting a lot of stuff. I really want to fight that board and just see what the Mel with those stars looks like, because it sounds kind of hilarious. We fight this board, who does a pretty good job of getting through our Swain, but yeah, Zoe just does enough damage. I guess we could also talk about Zoe positioning, which Y1 doesn't look like he's really playing for snipes. I've seen people talk about, you know, Zoe third from the left or from the right, with the idea is she ults here and then her star bounces to the furthest unit within 4 hexes. So the idea is like ult here and then bounce to this corner, or here and then ult here and then bounce to this corner. We don't really have that. That's not what Y1 is playing for in this spot. Maybe he's just playing for like the full fight win, I guess. And finally, the Archangel is actually getting it made here. But yeah, okay, we have the Kog'Maw board that we're about to fight here. I'm excited. I want to see what this Kog'Maw board can do, because that honestly seems like the biggest competition for us in this game. I think if we beat this board handedly, then it's just a GG's. We nail the Zephyr onto the Kog'Maw, actually. And yeah, I mean, this Mel here, it's really cool the way she dashes around with the stars around her. The idea being that if she like dashes through units, then the stars should fly through multiple. Yeah, she does a lot of work here. My God. Without the Zanyas, yeah, that fight would actually look really, really bad. But I mean, it's with the Zanyas, it is a stomp for Mr. YB1. And yeah, we got one more fight against one more player. This should lock us into a top 2, and then one more fight versus them for the win if we can get there. We're trying really hard to Zephyr this Echo here. It looks like a pretty influential unit onto this board, or the Corki, actually, either one. But this guy actually gets the swap on us. Big swap here. Victor CC is really good, and so is Zanya's. So are we okay here? We are. Oh, man. Also, what do you guys think of this cutscene? I actually like that cutscene a lot. But I didn't know if I liked it enough to actually like buy the little legend. I wish they would release a Victor you know, the one like Jinx, the unbound one or whatever it is, where it's like them actually from Arcane. I would buy that in a heartbeat, but YBO1's just going to try to Zephyr off the Kog'Maw here. Nails the Mel, not the Kog'Maw, but that's actually really good as well. Also, like that looked so weird with like the Y-axis of the stars orbiting around. Do the stars not hit anybody because they go too high in the air? The stars flying too high here, and this guy as well flying kind of high, 4 HP. I mean, he does have the extra life for Mel, so we at least have 2 fights left here. Adaptive Helm tends to be really, really nice item here. I imagine that's just going to go into the Elise here just to get the faster cast, and that is LeBlanc here level. Oh my god. It's just simply disgusting. The Shiv's actually going to move over now that we have the LeBlanc, and this is going to be our setup. Got a Warwick onto the board, got a we're almost Victor 2 on 10. If it's not I mean, this is just the most YBO1 game of all time, and he still keeps nailing this Mel. He just keeps putting it in spots where either the Mel or the Kog'Maw are going to be interested in going. Like, this was great positioning. So this is going to be the Mel proc here. That player is not dead yet because they have Mel. Oh, but they decided to FF the game, I'm pretty sure, because they realized, yeah, this one is not happening. Well, a clean sweep from YBO1. That game did not look close the entire time. I mean, a beautiful Sorcerer game played around that pair of 4's augment. I forget exactly what it's called, but yeah, just really nice clean game from YBO1. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, if you have any players that you're interested in specifically, any cool LoL chess profiles of people, I just ask that they're at least like, I don't know, like 800 LP on a server or something. Don't tell me, oh, you know, my friend is in Emerald. I mean, I'm sure they're a wonderful person, but I don't know how much there will be to learn. But if you guys have any cool LoL chesses, let me know in the description down below, and I will, or in the link in the comment section is what we call it these days, down below, and I'll try to put them into the program and do some recording. So yeah, all right, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.